everybody, welcome to another edition of James Jam. I'm Jane. This is my jam. And I gotta think of something else to say. This is my, gonna be my book day. So I'm gonna show you kind of like what I've been reading, things I've been picking up, and I don't know where it's all gonna go. Eventually it might lead to some read-alongs or some up and coming books to tell you about. I don't know where it's gonna go. For right now, I'm just kind of doing a lot of book hauls. I've been enjoying reading a lot, and then of course I want everything I hear that's good, or that I think is gonna be good. So I have another huge book haul for you today. First, I was gonna go over what I am currently reading, and I'm a quilter too, so I had this piece of like trim left over from a quilt, so I'm using that as my bookmark. But I am currently reading the book, this is in here twisted, The Book That Wouldn't Burn by Mark Lawrence. And this is so good, but there's like no way to describe it. But if you like books and you like libraries, you might just really like this. And then what I did purchase is, and I think I showed this in my last haul, the sequel, which is what I'll be reading next, The Book That Broke the World. And this is going to be a trilogy. The third book I think is going to come out maybe next year, but this one just came out, so it may be a little while before I get to read the third one, because it's probably not here yet. All right, and then in no particular order, what else I've been buying and bought. I have this book, Unbound by Christy Healy. I have heard that she was a good author, and it says for fans of Hannah Whitten and Rebecca Ross that you may like these books, and I really like Hannah Whitten, and I've heard really good things about Rebecca Ross, and so I picked up this book. I'm not 100% sure what it's about, but it usually seems like they all involve like kings and their fathers, and this one has just even some pretty pages in there. So if you've read this one, let me know what you think. Then I keep on hearing about this book, so I picked it up, The Tainted Cup, and it's by Robert Jackson Bennett, and it's supposed to be kind of like a Sherlock Holmes kind of book. They solve a mystery. Let's see. In D'Artagnan's grandest mansion, an imperial officer lies dead, killed to all appearances when a tree erupted from his body. Even here at the Empire's borders, where, oh my gosh, I shouldn't try to read, I can't see. Bunch of people come. I'm gonna just stop. It's like a Sherlock Holmes mystery, and I keep on hearing about it, and so I wanted to get it. Plus the book looks pretty. So here, have you read this one? Any of these books, if you read, tell me what you thought, because I would really appreciate it. Then I got these two, The Ever King by L.J. Andrews, and then the sequel, The Ever Queen, by T.J. Andrews. I believe this is a duology, and I kept hearing about these, so of course I had to pick them up, and I have them now. And then this book, it just had such a pretty cover. A Letter to the Illuminous Deep. I mean, look at that. So pretty. Let's see, an underwater treasure chest to be slowly unpacked, full of things I adore, nosy and loving families, romance, gorgeous world building, and anxious scholars doing their best to meet the world with kindness and curiosity. So I just thought it was cool, and it's like it's all like letters. It's all like letters to different people and such. So I just thought it was really cool. I don't think the book itself, the naked book as they say, yeah, it's just got foiling on there, had anything particularly nice about it, but I did like the book and thought it looked interesting. Then I picked up these two books, and I think there's more in the series. These are by Nisha J. Tooley, Rule of the Aurora King and Trial of the Sun Queen. And yeah, books. This is books 1 and 2. Let's see. I don't know if there's 3 or not, but I have 1 and 2. And I'm a sucker, like I said, this book was so pretty that I saw it and I wanted it, but then I saw it was book 2. So then, of course, I had to buy book 1. So I have those 2. Then I decided to start on this series. The Goldfinch is the most recent book. I believe it's book 8, and it just came out, and I believe that's the final book in this series. I got a nice little copy here. This one's Guild, and these are by Raven Kennedy, and it's the Plated Prisoners series. And this one's really pretty. So the book itself is also pretty. But my understanding is it's a retelling of Rapunzel. And the Rapunzel is locked in a kingdom by, not Rapunzel, a girl is locked in a kingdom by King Midas, and he turns her to gold. And at first she loves him and loves being there. And then eventually he wants to take over like some other kingdoms. And then, look at these pages. She ends up kind of coming into her own eventually. But looks like there's pretty drawings on the chapters, and then this one has like a yellow or gold ends and paper edges. Then I bought this one, The Once and Future Witches. This is by Alex Harrow, and I bought this because I just recently got done reading her book, The 10,000 Doors of January, and that book was so good that I thought, I'm going to try another one by her, and I have another one from her coming. But it was just a really unique, easy read book, and like here, in 1893, there's no such thing as witches. There used to be in the wild dark days before the burnings began, but now witching is nothing but tidy charms and nursery rhymes. If the modern woman wants any measure of power, she must find it at the ballot box. But when the Eastwood sisters, James Juniper, Agnes Amaranth, and Beatrice Belladonna, join the suffrages of New Salem, they begin to pursue the forgotten words and ways that might turn the women's movement into the witches' movement. Stalked by shadows and sickness, hunted by forces who will not suffer a witch to vote, and perhaps not even to live, the sisters will need to delve into the oldest magics, draw new alliances, and heal the bond between them if they want to survive. So it sounded interesting to me. And like I said, I really enjoyed the 10,000 Doors of January. I got The Final Strife by Sarah L. Arafai. And this one I've heard a couple different YouTubers talk about too. And there's red-blooded embers and blue-blooded dusters and clear-blooded ghostings. And the different people have different ranks depending on the color of their blood. And I just thought it sounded super interesting when I heard about it, so I picked that one up. Daughter of the Drowned Empire by Frankie Diane Malice. It's another one I picked up. Again, I don't know, something about the water themes. I know there's some people that like pirating stories. That I wouldn't say that I think I would be into, but anything that kind of has to do with the water always seems interesting to me. Then I picked up the Radium Girls, and some of you told me you watched Sarah's Nightstand, and I always watch her videos, and I love her, and she talked about this, Kate Moore, the Radium Girls, and this is just fascinating to me. When she talked about the book the first time, it's nonfiction, I started looking up all kinds of information on these girls, and then I ended up thinking, okay, what are you doing? Just buy the book. And they have pictures of some of the Radium girls here. And what this was a group of women that were hired in different factories during the First World War. They found that radium, if you painted it onto watches, would make them glow. And so the women were hired to paint the radium onto the watches so that they would glow, or onto alarm clocks, different clocks. And they were told they needed to be extremely precise. So what they tell you to do is put the brush in your mouth and then, you know, pull it out so that the tip is there, then dip it in the radium, paint, pull it back through your mouth again and back in. So these women were ingesting this radium. They didn't know it was dangerous for them. Some of them would goof around with it, like paint their teeth with it and things like that, having no idea that it was bad. Some of them then started to get sick. They started to get like cancerous things, cancers, abnormal growths. Their jaws would weaken and or like fall off. Just terrible, terrible things. And the employers kept insisting that it didn't have anything to do with the radium that they were using. But eventually, some women got together and filed a lawsuit, and they won and found out that how bad and harmful this was for them. So I just want to read it all now instead of just the little bits and pieces I've read online. I then bought The Spell Shop. It Takes a Village to Open a Heart and Just One Man to Steal It by Sarah Beth Durst. Not gonna lie, this one was a, oh my gosh, I love the color and the sprayed purple edges. I am a sucker sometimes if there's flowers and naturey like books, so I thought that this looks cool. I had a couple people bring it up that they bought it, but I haven't heard anybody that has read it yet. So if you, again, read it, let me know what you think. If you guys let me know too, it'll help me pick the order in which I read some of the books here. This one I got because it sounded good, Dark Fever by Karen Marie Moning. This one I just thought sounded really good. Looks like it's a murder mystery. The main character's sister is murdered. So I picked up that one. And then the last two books I picked up were Duology and a Fallen Gods novel, God Killer by Hannah Kaner, and then the sequel, Sunbringer by Hannah Kaner. And I have heard a number of people talk about these and say how good they were. And so I finally decided to bite the bullet and pick them both up. So I got these two. So that is my book haul for today. Again, let me know if you've read any of these and what you thought about them. Have you read The Book That Wouldn't Burn? What do you think? Would you agree it'd be super hard to explain what the book is about? And let me know what you'd like to see. Like I said, I know I'll be doing more book hauls. Would you like me to do book reviews? Do you want to do a read-along at some point? Just give me some ideas. Throw some out there. I'm not saying I'll be able to do all of them, but I certainly would love the ideas because this is all relatively new to me. Do you want to hear what's coming? You know, do you like special editions? Just anything like that. I would just really appreciate it. And if you're not subscribed already, please consider subscribing. If you are here for the books, my channel is James Jam. I want to be able to put most things that a lot of things I like or focus on here. However, primarily I like handbags, luxury handbags and contemporary handbags, and a little bit of clothes, some jewelry, very little makeup. But just so you know, I mean, I would love to have everybody, even if they're just here for the books. But yeah, just want to make sure you're aware of what kind of channel I have. And I plan on trying to do this, like I said, every other week on Thursdays to start. But if enough people want it and it's helpful, I may try to go every week. We'll just see where this all takes us. So until next time, thank you so much for watching. And please do unto others as you would have them do unto you.